If you've ever been approached by a salesperson at the mall, take a listen to this. A similar situation ended with a Hamden woman spending her entire life savings. She now wants to warn others about what happened and to reach out to the I-team to look into this business's sales practices. Your consumer investigative reporter Cassidy Williams joins us to explain what happened here. Cassidy.
Well, Stephanie, we found at least a half dozen stories of women who say they were pressured into spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars for skincare products at the same store at a local mall. And they say they found out too late that the store has a no-return policy. Look through Cynthia Wilcox's storage unit.
There's this one.
Or browse through her trunk, and you'll find all the things she bought for $147,000.
Was that $147,000? Pretty much everything you had?
That was it. I'm wiped out completely. I have no money in my checking account, no money at all.
The purchases started in March of 2024. Wilcox was walking through the Danbury Mall when someone from the IntraStem kiosk and store approached her and had her try some skincare products.
The product felt good. Whether I was looking better because of the product or because I was becoming more manic, I couldn't tell you.
Wilcox has bipolar disorder. She says she was experiencing a manic episode over the period of time she kept going back to IntraStem. Each time she went, she spent more money.
She started pushing more products and more devices on me.
The largest purchase, $72,318 after tax for an infrared sauna that now sits unused in her storage unit.
I was going literally out of my mind right there in front of them. And I threw good money after bad and bought the spa.
In August 2024, Wilcox spent 2 weeks in Yale Psychiatric Hospital. When she got out, she realized what had happened, and she told her big sister, Catherine Hines.
And I met with her at a diner, and she was falling apart. She had crashed and realized what she'd done. When you're manic, you tend to spend a lot of money. You know, you're king of the world.
Together, the sisters decided to try and get some of the money back, wanting to at least return the infrared spa. And that's when they learned, when Wilcox signed her name, there was a clause saying no refunds and all sales are final.
They hand you a little device that's about this big. I was signing this little thing that I thought was the receipt that you sign when you say, yes, I spent this money. You know what I mean? I had no idea it's what they considered a contract.
The I-team has learned that, including Wilcox, there are 3 complaints filed about the Danbury Mall IntraStem kiosk and store with the Department of Consumer Protection. State investigators took these photos of the kiosk. One complaint is from a woman who says she was told she was signing a lifetime warranty, but turns out she was signing the same no-refund policy for a skincare machine that cost more than $7,700. The third complaint is from a woman who says she was pressured into spending almost $3,000 on products and feels she was targeted for being a senior citizen. There was also a lawsuit filed against the store in 2023 by a woman who says she spent more than $5,000 on products she never opened and could not return. The judge ruled in the store's favor because, quote, the court has no authority to order the defendant to accept the return. Connecticut law says sellers can set any refund or exchange policy they choose, as long as the policy is posted somewhere in writing.
Sometimes, you know, the salespeople could make verbal representations. That does not supersede what's in writing.
Brian Caffarelli is the commissioner for Connecticut's Department of Consumer Protection. He says the law puts the responsibility on the consumer to know what they are signing.
Most of these cases are just a misunderstanding or miscommunication, so simply not honoring a refund is not an unfair trade practice.
Caffarelli says if a customer feels wronged, he encourages them to file a complaint with his office. The DCP Complaint Center can act as a mediator between the consumer and the business. For one of the IntraStem complaints, the store agreed to give the customer a partial refund of $2,000. However, that's not what happened for the other 2 state complaints, where the store did not offer refunds and the state can't force them to. The owners of the Danbury IntraStem responded to the I-team's questions with a statement that reads in part, our return policy is expressly set forth on all documents customers sign in connection with every purchase, including on purchase receipts, and customers also expressly acknowledge our return policy in connection with completing every sale. In addition, our return policy is posted on signs throughout the store. The reason for our return policy is simple. The nature of the products make it unsanitary for us to accept returns.
You just rub it up and down.
So Wilcox is left with all of the product and none of her money, and she wants to warn other women who simply go to the mall to take a walk.
it's a show. It's like a traveling salesman show. You know what I mean? It's odd, but it's real. And I don't think they should be allowed to do this.
Now, the Danbury store statement goes on to say it is saddened to hear there may be customers who have concerns about their return policy. You can read their full statement on WFSB.com. Now, as for IntroStem Corporate, they did not respond directly to our request for comment, but IntroStem told the state after one of the complaints that all retail locations, including Danbury, are owned and operated by third-party independent resellers, and they cannot impose policies on independent resellers. Your consumer investigative reporter, Cassidy Williams, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Cassidy, thank you.